Arizona's news headquarters at 200 ETV. This is 12 News.
And welcome back, everyone. Now, it has taken 33 years, but the FDA has finally decided to regulate sunscreen. Now, there's going to be some new regulations, but they're not going to take effect until 2012. But to break it on down for us, we have Dr. Susan Van Dyke, and she's going to tell us how you can stay safe from the sun. And let's start off with those regulations. What's new? What's going to happen in 2012?
Yeah, what the FDA has been working on for the last 4 years, really in a big way, is labeling regulations so that we know what we're getting. It's, you know, I can tell you what chemicals to look for, but I mean, honestly, you can't even pronounce most of them. So we need a label that's clear and gives us the information we need. So number one, after next year, you're not going to see a number higher than a 50 on a sunscreen bottle.
Okay.
And why is that? Because there's no real study that says that 100 is really materially better than a 50. But there's a caveat to that. These studies are done in a laboratory where they're putting a large amount of sunscreen on, an ounce for a whole body, which is about 2 to 4 times as much as probably you or I put on. Okay. So there might be some benefit for a higher SPF, but that will not be something we'll be able to judge anymore. It's all going to be 50, that's it. The second thing is broad spectrum. Broad spectrum means UVA is blocked as well as UVB. UVB, you can remember, is B for burning. Okay. UVA is a deeper ray, and actually those are the ones that also contribute to wrinkles and skin cancer. So as of now, when you read an SPF on a label, it doesn't say anything about UVA protection. You can have no protection against your A, but lots about B. So new terminology, broad spectrum, means we're going to block A and B, so that's a good thing. Okay, so now we're completely covered and we know what we're getting in that sunscreen. We have a better idea. If you put it on the right amount, then you're in the good part. What are some myths out there about sunscreen? You know, sunscreen of application once a day is going to do it for the whole day. Not so. I mean, read these regulations. These things are supposed to be reapplied every 2 hours. You're at the beach, you're going to reapply 4 times during a day. Another thing is the whole waterproof. You know, does waterproof mean waterproof? Waterproof is no longer going to be allowed on the labels, and you can't say sweatproof either. And the new regulations say you can say water resistant, and then there's 2 levels. There's 40-minute resistance and 80 minutes. Is that something that you find that people constantly get wrong because they're in the pool, they're out of the pool, they're sweating? Is sweat and water the thing that really sort of breaks down all of the good efforts that you put into getting that sunscreen on? Yes, though that washes it off. But the other thing that a lot of people don't understand is the sun itself breaks down sunscreen. Okay. So even if you're dry and you're out in the sun, you still have to put it on every 2 hours. Okay, so let's say, you know, maybe you haven't in the past been that great at applying sunscreen and reapplying it, and you have some damage. Yeah. Is there anything that you can do to repair sun damage? Luckily, yes, there's a lot you can do, which does not mean you have full license to go sunning. But I'm a dermatologist, and my specialty is cosmetic dermatology, which means most of what we do at Van Dyke Laser and Skin is we use lasers to remove sun damage. And we go to the pool, and my son says, look at those people using sunscreen, you'll be out of business. It's like, I'm not worried. But what we do to remove sun damage is laser resurfacing. Okay. And there are various levels. There's a very light for the young person who's getting early damage, which is called clear and brilliant. These are just, you know, varieties of laser. And then there's a Fraxel laser, which is more aggressive for more severe sun damage. And then there's Active FX, which is a deep laser resurfacing for the older crowd. Okay, so the key here is to get it early, use that sunscreen, but after the fact, there are still some options available. Lots of options, yes. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Doctor. And Joe, we'll send it on back to you.